comrades listen to this show. Lots of them, hundreds of them. Oh, to all the girls celebrating a birthday today. Oh, playing this one for Rhoda Moore Crawford in Mandeville. Have the time of your life, Rhoda. You deserve it.
Friday night and the lights are low. Looking out for a place to go.
Playing this one for all right. It's raining where I am. It's raining. Jamaica girl, if you are online, you better get prepared to come up and continue the show for me, because my listeners are not going to hear me because of the rain. I'm going to have to do some work here to, do better. My listeners, tell me if you're hearing me clearly, because it's raining, and we're very happy for the rain. Good afternoon to you, Agent 007. Okay, so there can only be two possible results in this election, because whilst there are three political parties competing, the UIC is not likely to make any impact on the election. So just about late September or October of this year, a new government will be sworn in. For many on this live, they are hoping that it will be the Jamaica Labour Party, led by Prime Minister Holness, whilst an equal number of persons on this live is hoping that it will be Mark Golding. How likely it is that the PNP will triumph in this election? The PNP currently holds 14 seats in the parliament, a parliament consisting of 63 constituencies. Winning the next election, therefore, will require a significant swing in voter sentiments. I ask you, the listeners, do you see that in the country? For the PNP cannot win except voter sentiments swing in their direction. And what causes the swing? Which is why I'm surprised at how the PNP is campaigning. The PNP is campaigning as if they do not want to win the election. The campaign so far that the People's National Party has organized and is executing is not a winning campaign. It's a campaign that is sure to suffer defeat if it does not change course. The latest salvo, which saw the opposition spokesman on education going into halfway tree to wipe car glasses, is a negative for the PNP. Quite frankly, over the last couple of weeks, there have been several negatives to the PNP's campaign. What with their criticism of the rural school bus service, which in my view would have cost them a couple of points in the polls. Their failure to acknowledge the successes of government to include the reduction in crime, the increase in employment, the reduction in poverty, are negatives for the People's National Party. And therefore, it appears as of this moment that the PNP is simply campaigning to its supporters and not to Jamaicans. The PNP's campaign seems to be to its base, not to Jamaicans. And that is very concerning, because if the party is not campaigning to Jamaicans, then we are not included. Are Jamaicans included in the People's National Party's plans, or it is only catering to its family? It's a negative campaign. The tent is not broadened, and we have been left behind. Can they win? I wish I had time. For them to win, voter sentiments have to turn towards them. Blue Dot puts the Labour Party 4 points ahead. Don Anderson puts them a little under 3 points. That's not sufficient. They are too far behind. Given the PNP's historical performance and current circumstances, here's a breakdown of their chances. The seat gap. The PNP needs to win a substantial number of seats to form government. They'll have to sweep Manchester, Westmoreland, pick up St. Anne, St. Mary. They need a seat in St. James. They need to pick up seats in Clarendon. Based on the Politics Plus forecasts, we do not see that happening. The PNP seems to be unraveling, and unraveling fast. Not to mention Hanover and St. Thomas. We did say that. With 14 seats, they have a long way to go to reach the majority. The seat gap is against the party. Secondly, voter sentiments. The party's ability to tap into voters' discontent, capitalize on mistakes made by the ruling party, and present a compelling alternative vision is crucial. This is where the PNP stands the best chance to switch voter sentiments away from the government. But alas, the opposite is happening. For whilst the PNP stands the best chance as far as voter sentiments are concerned, it appears as if voter sentiments are with the ruling Jamaica Labour Party. This is quite significant because after almost 10 years in government, the government appears fresher than the opposition. After 10 years in government, the government appears to have the better ideas, the better plans, the better people than the opposition. And then you go to campaign strategy. A well-executed campaign focusing on key issues, effective leadership, and strong grassroots support holds the key to the PNP. Can they gain the momentum? Not with the leader cursing, not with the flops, the flip-flops, not with an incoherent set of strategies. It appears, therefore, that the probability is low. If the current trend continues, where the PNP cannot turn voter sentiments, cannot come up with a set of credible policies, then its probability remains very, very low. Because one thing is certain, is that the ruling party is more popular than the opposition. The ruling party leader is more popular than the opposition. Quite frankly and truthfully, the PNP is struggling to become an attractive alternative. There are those suggesting that if the current trend continues, the PNP could be effectively wiped out in the election. Because as I have pointed out, though there is significant support for the opposition in terms of crowds, crowds do not win elections. Quite frankly, the base of the People's National Party may be as high as 400,000 people. But that can't win you the election. The probability is low. But if the PNP can effectively capitalize on whatever voter discontent and present a strong alternative, they might be able to win a substantial number of seats. For whilst the probability of them winning remains very low, there is a moderate probability that they could do well, but they have to change course. The PNP now needs to move away from appealing solely to its base and start talking to the middle. I note that the party is engaging taximen. Taximen. The reasoning with the taximen. Not a bad move by the PNP. Not sufficient and very late. For the only way the PNP can win is if there is a significant shift in voter sentiment combined with a strong campaign and effective leadership. We could see a turnaround of their fortune. The challenge, though, is that the leadership is not inspiring confidence. And there is no policy alternatives that is resonating with voters. There is nothing exciting happening that is shifting voter sentiments towards the opposition. Ultimately, the PNP's chances of winning will depend on a complex interplay of factors, including voter sentiments, campaign strategy, leadership, and policy. Let's take them individually. Voter sentiments, not with the party. Campaign strategy, pretty weak. Leadership, not coherent. Policy, they are failing. So while it is difficult to predict the outcome with certainty, a well-executed campaign and effective leadership could potentially improve the People's National Party's chances. At this point, I cannot see them winning. For all the matrices that I've looked at and all the indicators are not in their favor. The polls, not in their favor. Leadership, Holness is on top. Team, the Jamaica Labour Party. Policies, the Labour Party is winning. Campaign strategy, the Labour Party is winning. Voter sentiments, the Labour Party ticks all the boxes. There is not one indicator that tells me that the PNP is winning. Alan Lichman has 13 keys to the White House. I'll share them with you and then I'll go to the Labour Party. Work them with me. One is scandal. The PNP is trying to manufacture a scandal, not working. If a scandal breaks out in the government right now, not even that is going to be sufficient. Social unrest. There's no social unrest in Jamaica. Jamaica remains stable, and our people seem to be moving forward. Major policy change. The Labour Party don't seem to have any major policy change that would affect the lives of Jamaica. Tick that box for the party. Tick, no scandal. Tick, no social unrest. Tick, no major policy change. Tick, strong long-term economy, though growth is minuscule, 1.1%. Real per capita economic growth during the term equals or exceeds mean growth during the previous 2 terms. The long-term economy seems optimistic. The short-term economy, not in a recession, actually coming out of technical recession. No third party, the UIC, virtually irrelevant. The incumbent, Holness, is well loved, well received, and the opposition is not providing much of a contest. No major policy failure. No military intervention. Charismatic leader. Well, not so charismatic, but reasonable. Uncharismatic challenger. Tick that. So of the 13 keys as given by Lichman, 13 keys to the White House, 12 are actually in the administration's favor. How do you forecast an election loss when the keys are in the direction of the government? It's almost a 90%, 90-10. The Jamaica Labour Party currently holds 49 seats. Retaining power seems inevitable. there is a lead for the party in the polls of 4%. That's the poll the labor rights want to hear about. Let's give them that. They start with 49. They are leading by 4%. Blue dot. And even if you average it, bringing Anderson, it's still a statistical dead heat. I always get tongue-tied with that word. You know, Mansa Musa, Comrade Musa. Tell your PNP friends them to top call me. Statistical. What do they call me for? They have a lead. There is voter sentiments with the party, but there is no compelling narrative in Jamaica that the people of Jamaica wants to change the government. None. There's a little bit of unease there, Mr. Munsa, fueled by propaganda. Yes. But it burned out. Out it out. Labor rights have been able to blow that out. They're vloggers and bloggers blowing that out. Midnight Love. There's no compelling narrative. There's a little fog. There was a little fog last year. A little fog in the air when the Prime Minister, came under a little bit of pressure. Created a little fog. But that mist, M-I-S-T, has largely dissipated. And it has left the PNP embarrassed, eggs on their face, their pants have dropped down, and their orange underwears have started to show. Undecided voter makes up 37.8% of potential voters. And in that category, the Labour Party is very, very strong. People are not likely to vote out a performing government. Not this one. When you couple that with the economic performance, the showing the economy is impacting the Jamaica Labour Party's popularity. I heard someone said yesterday that if you want to know that this is true, listen to the DJs, the songs that are being released. And when you look at the type of campaign strategy that the Labour Party is executing, it makes the PNP looks very, very weak. When you see Damian Crawford have to go into halfway tree, go wipe car glass, you know the time come. When Damian have to go into halfway tree, comrades, go wipe car glass, you know the time come. Time really come for the PNP. And you know, I have watched the politics for quite a little bit. The PNP was the party that would outwit the Labour Party at election time. The PNP's election machine has always been superior. But under this man Holness, Tufton et al., the PNP is being outwitted and they are being left in the mud. Newton Amos, former superintendent of police, is threatening to have Crawford arrested if he turns up in Linstead tomorrow to run taxi. What an embarrassment that Mr. Crawford didn't even realize that to run taxi, you need a taxi license and you need a red plate. So even if you borrow somebody's taxi, you can't drive the taxi with your license. You need a special license to do that. Time really come. Time really come. And therefore, the probability of a JLP win is high. Because if the party, as it is doing, addresses voter concerns, runs a strong campaign, and capitalize on their incumbency advantage, then the probability of them retaining power is very, very significant. There are some who will tell you that if the Labour Party cannot win this, then can't win no more election. The probability is high because the leadership, especially Prime Minister Holness, is playing a critical role in the party's chances. Do you notice that Holness is leading the campaign? It really is a vote for Holness. And I thought this morning, who am I going to vote for? Who am I going to vote for in this election? Given a choice between Golden and Holness, who would you vote for, really? Would you vote for the Labour Party or would you vote for Holness? The leadership of Holness is going to increase the party's chances significantly. The policies, the policy platform is beginning to resonate with voters and is addressing their concerns. That policy platform has been amplified since last Wednesday with the presentation of this book. And I see that time really come because all the PNP has been able to do is to say the word Jamaica is spelled incorrectly. Lakase a Holness spelling. A Holness spelling, brethren. Uno no si se the party na cut no dash. Na cut no dash, Uno must tell uno supporters, Tappy, stop highlighting the Labour Party's work. It's very poor public relations. I cannot believe this is the same PJ Patterson's PNP. I cannot believe it. The PNP printed a flyer that they said they distributed. Someone sent it to me. All that is on the flyer is time come. All that is on the flyer is time come. I cannot believe that this is the People's National Party of PJ Patterson and Michael Manley. because I suspect that the spelling of that word incorrectly could have been deliberately done. You want to get people to read it? Be controversial. Just put in a little controversy in there and them are going to open it. So many people is being attracted to the book because they hear that Jamaica spell wrong in it. They want to see it for themselves. I suspect that those geniuses in the Labour Party spelled the word incorrectly to catch the PNP. And the is a trap. I think it's a trap that the Labour Party set for Uno. And Uno lap it up. And all you have done is to focus attention for the last how many days on the book. You want to bring attention away from it. Comrades, you see, the comrades are drunk. You know what happened to the comrades? They are drunk. I'm now beginning to wonder that the comrades have had a little too much of the kulu kulu, and they are drunk. They're drunk. Because I cannot see how you would have made such a mistake. Just tell the supporters, stop, no man, stop. What you need to do, comrades, is print something for yourself. Print something. Show them all of the things that you did, if you have anything that you have done. Tell them how you creep up. Or you creep up the street people there in Montego Bay and carry them, go dump them. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You know, you can't take a little joke, but it happened for true. It happened for true, you know. But I want this family, sir. Oh boy, print something, man. Comrades, print something and put out for us. Let us see what you have done over your 18 and a half years. Yeah, haven't you done anything? Huh? You know, do nothing. Tell them how you had inflation at one time over 70%. Lord Jesus, may I tell you, tell them in a print it that you had murder at one time. That Jamaica was the murder capital of the world. Well, you know, yeah, you had those things happen, but then tell them that you had a popular leader, Mama P, that she used to hug up people and kiss them. You know, tell the people that. Tell them about Omar Davies. Yeah. Tell the people that under your party, we had the greatest transfer of wealth from the poor to the rich. People don't remember. Remind them of those things. Don't criticize. Every time I see a vlogger or a blogger or someone pointing out the error in the book, I say to myself, what a party suffering from a lack of leadership. What a party suffering from a lack of leadership. You know, at one point I was thinking to support the party. Not trying to. I'm having a thought. I'm having a second thought. The prospect is low, and then my understanding is that the Labour Party's grassroots support has never been stronger. that the Labour Party's organization on the ground is superior, that the Prime Minister is very confident that the party would have built up its machinery and is prepared to deliver the election to him. Let's sum up the notes today. The PNP faces a seat gap. It is too far behind. Oh my God, I'm breaking the comrades' hearts. No, I'm not. I'm helping you, comrades. I'm helping you. You're very far behind, and you need to stop. Voter sentiments are not with you, for you're only campaigning to your base. And I think that's Dr. Campbell. It's a fundamental mistake of the General Secretary. I see Dr. Campbell behind this. Dr. Dayton Campbell. This is a Dayton Campbell strategy to focus the PNP's campaign on its base and see if it could eke out a narrow win. It's as flopped. Voter sentiments are with the government. Since last Wednesday, daylight between the PNP and the Jamaica Labour Party. PNP supporters are enthusiastic, but they are beginning to lose their enthusiasm. You talk to them, talk to comrades. People like Diego will tell you that they are beginning to lose confidence. For if the PNP cannot come away with a 6 or 7 point lead in the polls, you know it's argument done. And right now, voter sentiments is not with the opposition. And then their campaign strategy is the worst I've seen. It is the worst I've seen. And therefore, the probability is low. When you hear Ian Hales talking about eyelashes and synthetic braids, and that the price of saltfish is almost $1,800, when saltfish in Jamaica is not even $700 a pound, you realize that the strategy is very poor. It's not. The war room is needs to shake up. Shake up the war room. Okay, and then the government has won all the keys. I told you about the incumbency factor. There's no third party, strong economic outlook, no major policy change that is going to shift Jamaicans, no social unrest, no scandal, and a reasonably charismatic leader, not to mention the uncharismatic leader in Golding. Quite inauthentic. He's a likable man, I'm going to tell you the truth. He's a likable man. But he's not a good politician. He's more of a technocrat. And he didn't do too badly as Minister of Justice. He didn't do badly. Prime Minister? Prime Ministerial? You're not going to struggle. You're not going to struggle. Are you sleeping, sir? Hello? Man, sir? You see what I tell you? It's a PNP man, this, come up here asleep. Man, sir? Hear this. Drop asleep. Yes, sir? As that the PNP come to know them. They can't even stay up on one platform. Then come up, then drop asleep. Boy, may I tell you something? We don't know what happened to them comrades at all. Sure. Sure, man. Now, look, me I give the man a little opportunity to they can defend the party and the man come up here, come drop asleep. Eh? PNP them falling asleep. By the way, somebody tell me some enough make PNP come up on the platform. Don't tell me that. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Hello. See the same thing me I tell you. As soon as they come up here, then drop asleep. They can't take the heat. You can't take the heat, brother. Lancy Anderson. Okay. All right.
Afternoon, my general.
Oh, neighbor,
Who that know? Who that know?
Not even know in the box. Tell me, drop asleep.
Drop asleep, yeah. Fell asleep. Lance, good afternoon, sir.
Oh, go on, man. Why me I just say
Good
the other
afternoon.
day, man.
Good afternoon.
You hear me? Wonder for the internet,
Yes.
miss. You hear me clearly?
I
Hold
am.
on.
Yes, sir. Let's go, my brethren. Party having meetings in Kingston today, you know. We're gonna have to
Sorry about that.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, man.
What? You're labor right?
Just there listening on the Sunday.
You say if you're labor right?
Yes, you can't really ask that question. Eh?
Oh.
You're the man, man. Be you stereo, Mr. Ebert, man. Before my MP, man.
Joseph Hebert.
Yes, man. I'm my uncle, that man.
Okay.
General,
yes.
that man.
All right. Well, that's nice.
Yeah, man.
What I go?
This evening, supposed to be the meeting in my zone.
That's right. And many people are suggesting that the Prime Minister is going to be halfway through. That's not correct, right?
Based on the post that I saw, he might be here.
No. He's not going to be in halfway through. He's going to be at that meeting.
Yes, in Kintyre.
That's a regional meeting?
I'm not sure, you know, but yesterday his wife did a meet and greet with the community.
That's in her constituency?
Yes, in her constituency, yes.
Yes, that's where the Prime Minister is going to be. And the Prime Minister said yesterday that he will not be announcing the election today. You guys are anxious for the election now. What make? You're not ready to talk to me, man. Good afternoon, sir.
Yes, good afternoon, neighbor.
Yes, sir. You have 3 minutes. Go ahead.
Yeah.
You have 3 minutes. Go ahead, sir.
Yeah, man. Thank you for accepting. You know, there's a question I wanted to ask for you.
Your background, though.
Yes, sorry, let me turn it on. Yeah, I gotta turn on that. Sorry about that. Let me just turn on that. I didn't even realize.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, yeah, man. So there's a question I want to ask about the People's National Party, because I watch your program very often. I'm a Jamaica Labour Party.
You're asking me a question about the PNP, sir?
Well, I'm a Jamaica Labour Party supporter. It's a critic question, it's a very funny one. Because I saw Damian Crawford. Is he the opposition leader, or is he just a representative of the PNP party who act on behalf of Mark Golding?
I don't know. He's the opposition spokesman on education, and he's a senator.
The reason why I say that to you, because it seems like he's the one who is leading the
campaign.
Huh? It looks like he's the one who is leading it for Mark Golding.
Oh, well, he's a major speaker. Yes, he's a major speaker at their campaign events, and one can see why the comrades seem to like him.
And well, the thing about it, when the Prime Minister was issuing out his book, is 60-page book in half a tree, we would have looked to see the opposition leader who tried to act and do something to counteract that. And when we look is Damian Crawford, we see trying to counteract that. That simply means that there's a problem going on right there and then.
No, I think the real challenge, sir, is that the PNP's campaign is not coordinated, because whatever you do in a campaign or to interact with the theme, the message of the campaign, that it appears to me that Crawford is on a frolic of his own. How does Crawford's action fits into the PNP's narrative?
That's what I'm saying, because
if it doesn't fit into the PNP's narrative or messaging, then it is a mistake. And I would advise the leadership of the PNP to disassociate themselves from Damian's action.
That's exactly that's the point I'm trying to make, because he seems like he's the one who is. I can see when they lose the election, I always say this, you can see the fight that's gonna go on amongst them, because Damian Crawford is the one who think that, because I hear you say it already, he's the one who think that he's the one who is leading that party right now in his head.
Well, I tell you this, sir, the stunt in halfway tree is a significant error in the campaign. And Mr. Crawford said that on stage, which means it was part of the PNP's election strategy. Oh man, this gentleman's was so. It's clear it was not a part of the PNP's strategy, sir. So the PNP ought to distance themselves from it. As a matter of fact, I wonder whether or not the extension of the school hours is part of the PNP's policy.
Well, it doesn't seem such to us, because you haven't heard the leader of the opposition come and say it is just Damian Crawford who's coming up with these sort of things. And I think, as you say, I think he's putting the party into more disrepute and to even lose very heavily in the next general election.
Yeah, I don't know. Yes, I don't know why someone needs to speak to him and tell him, just stop this, sir. It's not helping the party, and the party is desperately in need of some help right now. I wonder if they want me to come over this.
Yeah, neighbor, I don't think so. But one thing that happened again, neighbor, is this. I remember, I don't know if it was your show. I come on one day, because this is not the first I'm talking on your platform. And have you ever had Damian Crawford on your platform before?
I have, and I'd love to have him back.
Yes, I was there that day when you have him on his platform, and I heard one of the person who was on the platform asked him if he had any intention of being the leader of the People's National Party, and he said yes. So I think that
No, that's not a secret that he wants to be leader. That's not
yeah,
a
but I
secret.
think that's the direction he's working in right
No,
now.
I think he's redeemable. No, I think he's redeemable. I think he's displaying what is called youthful exuberance. But I think he's redeemable because I don't think he's empty, you know. I think he has something there, but he needs guidance.
Well, in my opinion, at this moment, I think what he's doing and his tone and his action and what he's putting across with the PNP, I think is very damaging for the PNP at the moment.
You know, sir, if a boxer gets in the ring and they are not prepared, all they do is swing wildly. You know, they don't connect. You understand me? That's what
exactly, because
they're just swinging wildly, hoping that something will connect and they'll knock out the other man. But if the other boxer is well trained and prepared, what he does is just wait for you to tire out yourself for him knock you out.
Because in the election, I don't know if I'm totally right about this. The opposition leader, or even the prime minister himself, would have a campaign manager.
Well, there's a campaign team. Yes, there's a campaign team. For example, I understand that Christopher Tufton, is leading the Labour Party. Well, he's the chairman of the campaign committee. So
yes, I think the PNP would have the same thing.
Yes.
I think they would have put a manager in place for the campaign, but I
think also, sir, that we are being unfair to the PNP, you know. I think we are being unfair to the PNP, and I'll tell you why.
Yeah.
Opposition parties normally wait for governments to fail so that they can, you know, for them time come.
Yes, definitely.
The challenge we are having here, and why I'm saying we are unfair to the People's National, is that the party is up against it, you know. The party is up against a government that has laid a wicket that is just very, very good.
Yes.
Well resourced, a popular leader, no scandal. I went through the 13 keys that the party really would have ticked most of the boxes going into this election, and they do not have voter sentiments against them. Normally, going for a third term, the people would be bitter against the government. Even in the face of inflation, the government has been able to hold inflation under 5%. You understand what I'm saying to you, sir?
Which is a big achievement.
Yes, sir. And then the government has 49 seats. So if the government has performed well, it has 49 seats. Its leader is more popular than the opposition leader. What the opposition should have done, you know, is to change the leader.
I think so. I very much think so. I think because
as best as your policies are, they're of no value in opposition, you know, sir. So if
the reason why I bring this because I can't see what their mandate. I can't see what they. You know, every election somebody will write an what we call is a mandate. Is it a mandate?
Manifesto.
Manifesto. Yeah, sorry, the manifesto. And I can't see what their manifesto is up to this moment. There's nothing clear.
They made the same mistake with Phillips, you know, sir. It was clear that Phillips was a drag on the party. This leader here, I think, is a drag on the party. He's not. If you can't get ahead of Holness, you need a leader to match him.
Exactly. And one of the things that is even troubling about the PNP party.
Maybe Gabriela Morris. Is it too late, sir? Is it too late for them to? Huh?
Well, no, they're far too late, because I'm going to say this to you. One of the things they have no plan, and when I say they have no plan, when a school bus system comes in, now, this is what I asked if they have a campaign manager who's speaking on behalf of them, because they all seems like they all mix up to what they're saying. Now, if you think that the bus are whole, in my opinion, even if it doesn't go like that, but your counteraction towards the old bus is that you would gonna bring in new buses. But instead of that, you say you are going to give it to Probox and what you call it, wagon to take school children. That is a big embarrassment to the PMP. They doesn't see that. Because your counteraction should be bringing in new buses, not to take taxi and Probox and G-Wagon and whatever those vehicles are to take children to school. They are doing it and it is failing rapidly.
Yeah. As I said, sir, I want us to be fair to Her Majesty's loyal opposition. They're up against it. They're up against it. They are up against it. Yeah. Yeah. I would not be surprised if the party increases its majority in the election. Despite what you are seeing out there, the thing that the PNP has against them is voter sentiments. There is no voter sentiments against the government. Jamaicans are comfortable with their government largely. There is no opposition to the government, and the PNP really has all the PNP has really. His Majesty, thank you, legend. Is their base right now, but the base is fractured.
It's very fractured. It is fractured because up to now, as I'm a supporter of the JLPNP.
I will not be covering the election, sir. I will not be covering the election.
Why, neighbor?
No, I will not be covering the election. On election night, I will go to my bed. I will not even watch the election results. I'm serious, yes. Unless I can be persuaded otherwise. I think I will sign up. I'll probably do a day program, and then in the night I'll go to my bed. I'll make sure that I drink something strong, and yes, so that I don't wake up till the morning. And in the morning I'll just ask what the results are and move on. I will not watch the results.
But neighbor, that you see, after creating such a good platform and and all these things leading up to the election, I think the election night would be one of your best nights to be on the program. I think it would be a very exciting night. So I think you are making the right decision.
No, well, I'm telling you, I do not intend to watch the results. I think I'll do a day program, have something strong to drink, and go to my bed. I don't want to watch it. I don't think I want to stay up. Unless my listeners.
Is it any specific reason?
Yeah, I don't want to disclose it. No. I don't want to watch the. I'm not really. I'm not.
I've been on a couple more platforms. Well, I listen a couple more platforms, and you is one of them who is very popular in Jamaica. And some of the JLP.
Am I really? Am I popular?
Yes, you're very popular. But some of the JLP supporters have you as a man in the middle, or let me even say you're some PMP.
Yes. Well, that's good for them. After them business that.
I'm sure you would have heard it before.
Yes. Sir. Let me tell you this. I am here to speak the truth. I'm not here to carry no party line. I am here to speak the truth, sir. And if you come up on this platform, you must come up here with the truth. And those persons who want to criticize me must tell me what I have said that is incorrect. Tell me what I have said that is not true.
Well,
that is. I don't want to hear nothing about balance. I don't want to hear nothing about being fair. I don't want to hear nothing about being biased. I don't deal with that. What I deal with is what are the facts. I take my listeners beyond the surface. I tried to see if I could do a little bit of psychoanalysis about issues to take them into the minds. That's what I tried to do. I'm not interested in what Labour Party people want to say or PNP supporters want to say. And when I vote, I will not tell anyone who I vote for. And I'm not telling anybody who them to vote for. There are some truths in Jamaica, sir. And one of the truths is that crime is down. That's a fact. I come up here and I say that, then if you want to tell me, say me a labor right to say that, then your business that. One of the truths in Jamaica is that poverty has been cut in half. One of the truths is that employment is up. One of the truths, sir, is that the minimum wage has moved from 6,200 to 16,000, more than 150%. One of the truths is that more people have better roads, yes, that the standard of life, the quality of life in Jamaica has improved. Those are truths.
That is so perfect.
That truth, sir, that truth does not amplify the political advantage of some, and therefore they will say you're biased. But are you going to give me something to talk about from your side? That's why I don't talk about bias.
Well, I tell you what, neighbor, because I live in London, but I was in Jamaica for the past 9 months, and I just returned back to the United Kingdom. I voted for the Jamaica Labour Party 6 times before, and I possibly waiting on the announcement of the election, and I think I will be in Jamaica and cast my vote. And the reason for that, I'm gonna tell you the reason for that. I come from a parish that called the Forgotten Parish, right? You must heard, you know which parish is the Forgotten Parish. I don't think I have to say it. And when Mr. Holness was campaigning for election in 2016, he promised us that St. Thomas has been the Forgotten Parish, and I am going to make sure that I bring this parish forward with roads, water, lighting, the development, and he has fulfilled his promise. It usually takes me 2 hours from the Norman Manley Airport to go where I live. And now it takes me 35 minutes. You cannot want anything better than that, right? And anybody who know about economics know that road is one thing that the country move in. When the lorries, the goods truck, the posts, and everything can go through in a quickly and freely manner, the country move fast, move in the right direction.
Yes, my brother. We have to run you here.
Yeah, man, blessed neighbor.
Take care of yourself.
Yeah, man.
20 minutes after 4 o'clock. Good afternoon, Horatio.
Neighbor, how are you?
Good afternoon, sir. Good afternoon, sir.
Afternoon, neighbor. How are you, man?
Great. Top of the Sunday afternoon.
I hope you have a blessed Sunday, neighbor.
Well,
I hope your Sunday been blessed, neighbor.
Yes, sir.
Yes, neighbor. Neighbor, I was on the program for almost the whole time yesterday, but I just couldn't get a chance to say this, right? Because I think I have to respect the fact. I think I have to respect the fact that Mr. Dabney was there, and
yes,
you have to allow him to do the interview because Mr. Dabney is more important at this time more than who was.
Well, not more important. We are all equal, sir.
Yeah, but at this time in this period, right? Right.
Yes.
Hold on.
Okay. I wonder who come knocking on the door.
So neighbor, I was listening to you about the whole Damien Crawford thing with going to halfway tree, wiping car glass with these gentlemen, right? And I can see the passion that you bring across into your presentation, right,
Yes.
neighbor? But I really sit back and I think about all of this, neighbor. We know that car windscreen wiper is about from a long time, but is it under the People's National Party leadership of this country? You have those people being populated on the street.
You're asking me, sir?
Yes, sir. I want to have a conversation because I can't say this name. But each time I talk to you, I learn something different, and each time I listen to you, I learn something.
Is that so?
Yes, sir.
Well, how much you paying for that?
That's a good one, right?
All right. Now, listen up carefully.
Yes, sir.
Wiper boys or street wipers.
Yes, sir.
You ever heard about existentialism?
Yes, sir.
Yes. You know about this social contract theory?
You have to educate me some more, neighbor.
Very, very well. No problem. I'm trying to tell my listeners that I'm sorry about that. Sorry about that. Okay. Jamaica, you see, sir, in 18, you know when we were freed from slavery, 1865.
Right, neighbor. You're on point.
You know that we had full employment
at that time. That's what I've learned, neighbor.
Yes. So there was a time in Jamaica when every person that wanted a work could get a job.
Yes, sir.
So in 1865, sir, there were no street wipers in Jamaica. Well, were there cars?
I don't know. No, neighbor. There was donkeys and all of that.
Well, donkey wipers. Yes. So it's a very complex matter, and I would have hoped that the opposition spokesman on education would have sought to inform himself about the history before he did what he did, because the hypocrisy of his action.
Right.
I pointed that out yesterday.
Yes.
That street wipers mushroomed under the People's National Party.
Thank you, neighbor.
For these reasons. Because in the 70s, sir, the 1970s, you know that Jamaica in the 1960s, sir, was an economic powerhouse.
That's what I've learned, neighbor.
Correct. That's when Lee Kuan Yew came to Jamaica, sir.
Right.
And I hear, sir, Mr. Holness, I understand that Holness has said that Jamaica is going to become like Singapore.
Yes, you must listen to that interview, neighbor.
I should?
Yes, man. I think you get a lot of... I think you see, when you listen to that interview, neighbor, I think you see a visionary leader. I think you see a leader.
Did you know that Singapore, sir, has a larger per capita income than the United States?
Yes, sir.
In other words, they are wealthier. And did you know, sir, that Singapore was a little sandspit, just as large as the parish of St. James, about St. James?
St. James, right.
And yes, sir. And more than 6 million people live in Singapore, sir.
Oh, that's the population?
More than 6 million, sir. Not about the parish the size of St. James, with a population of over 6 million people. And Lee Kuan Yew, sir, wrote a fantastic book. And my understanding is that he came to Jamaica to look at what we were doing and went back and, you know.
Right, I know
We-
the history.
Yes, sir. My good sir, our people are suffering because of a lack of knowledge.
Can I tell you, neighbor?
Are suffering,
Neighbor,
sir.
can I tell you, neighbor? When Damien Crawford did what he did, neighbor, what he should have did, neighbor, is to go there and give those boys hope.
Yes,
He
sir.
should have
If I may just continue, that the economic downturns of the 70s, and if you remember, Horatio, that in the 70s, we couldn't even buy soap. You remember that?
I've hear about that, neighbor. Right.
Yes, sir. There were tankers on the sea
On the sea, right.
that couldn't offload because we couldn't pay for it.
Pay for it, right, neighbor.
And no, that was very complex, to be truthful enough, sir, because there were some things against the government at the time, because you know believe that, because we were toying with the whole matter of socialism.
Right, neighbor.
And the United States was well, leave that. So what that caused, and it came over into the 1980s, and was more amplified in the 1990s when inflation went as high as 75%.
Right, neighbor, right.
You know what I'm saying to you? And so what this led to is high employment, sir. High employment, unemployment, and poverty. Because when you have high unemployment, it's going to result in poverty, sir.
The poverty is going to go higher, neighbor, and that's what happened.
There was a time, sir, when poverty over 23% of Jamaicans were in poverty, abject poverty, sir. You hear what I'm saying to you?
Yes, neighbor.
You see, when these people come talk about time comes, sir, they must be careful, you know.
Neighbor, that's the reason why, and all the time I say this, neighbor, the PMP are so afraid of their history. Every time I remind them about the history, they intend to get on a different, you intend to see the different side of them, neighbor, because the history of them is not so good, neighbor.
What this economic downturn led to was the growth in the informal economy. You see all those people selling on the street, sir? The hand carts, the people selling bags.
I'm not cutting me, neighbor. I said that yesterday. All of those people in those time, neighbor, in that time, why they turned to ignoring at that time? Because there was no opportunity out there for them.
No, that neighbor, is what you call existentialism, sir. That's what you call existentialism.
Neighbor, let us say our next point before you finish. You remember 15, 20 years ago, you go downtown Kingston, you see a 12 or 8-year-old selling on the street for a survival, neighbor. To be honest, neighbor, if you go downtown now, I don't say you might not have a child on the road selling in the neighbor, but it is not so popular like in the 90s, neighbor. It is not so popular in the 90s and the early 2000s, neighbor. Because
yes,
because what happened, people, this prime minister have set the system away that you have opportunity after school, neighbor. I was reminding my girlfriend, neighbor, that I was one of them who my mother, she have 7 of us, neighbor, and in order for us to go to school, you know what my mother usually have to do, neighbor? You see those bigger buckles and those buster buckles on the road. We usually have to collect them day by day on our way to school and back from school, neighbor. For to sterilize them, full water into them and sell in Coronation Market, neighbor, to have survival, neighbor.
Right. So this informal economy, sir, mushroomed because of the downturn in the economy. So what that brought about is what you call survival instinct. You know one thing too that mushroomed? Prostitution.
Yes, neighbor.
Because under existentialism, the instinct to survive will always trump values and morality.
Yes.
You saw what I'm saying to you?
Yes, neighbor.
And one of the things that people did to survive was go wipe their glass.
Right,
In other
right,
words, it speaks to the resourcefulness of people,
Mm-hmm.
the entrepreneurial spirit of people,
Mm-hmm.
that they saw an opportunity. Do you know, sir? Do you go to funerals in Jamaica? Funerals?
It's not somewhere where I like, but yet never. I go to funeral.
Have you ever gone to funerals, sir? And you see people park up their vehicle and sell juice
Yes,
at
neighbor.
the cemetery?
Right.
That's an opportunity. That's an entrepreneurial spirit, sir. In other words, here is an opportunity to make a thing.
Yes.
And I get involved in it. So then mothers, sir, would send their sons on the streets, to go beg.
Yes, neighbor.
To go beg so that they could take care of the families because they couldn't get no work. The man can't get no work. That is when you had the proliferation of gangs, sir.
Thank you, neighbor. On point, neighbor.
You hear me? And you know one thing else, sir? What is called urbanization. Urbanization and migration. Because as people moved from the rural areas into the city, they often found that there were no jobs, opportunities, and were forced to rely on the informal means of making a living.
Right.
Right? And at that time, sir, the social safety net of the country was not adequate to help these people. Like now, the government is providing $20,000 tax, what they call it?
The cash grant for people who are not in the system, neighbor.
Solidarity grant.
Solidarity, right. So for people who are not in the system.
You think the government could have done that in the
90s?
Sir? You see what I'm saying to you?
Yes, neighbor.
No, sir, they couldn't do it. And therefore, Crawford was vulgar, hypocritical to have gone into halfway tree, not realizing that his own government created this situation.
Yes, neighbor. Exactly. Neighbor.
Created.
But I you know what I want? I want the PNP.
And before you come in, let me tell you this. Anyone who thinks that the ills of the society can be fixed in 9 years deserve to go down a Bellevue.
Thank you, neighbor. On point.
You hear me say that? You don't fix decades of societal brokenness in 9 years. It can't fix. If we even had the wealth of the United States, because it's not only an economic problem, it's a problem of social values.
Yes.
And behavior. Because I will let you know, my brother, that this is not a disciplined society,
We all know that, neighbor.
Okay.
I will still have a long way to go.
Where did it come from? It is the same economic downturns
that
creates informality.
Yes,
on an unstructured country.
Yes, sir.
And it is very difficult to unlearn things. Holness, sir. In a sense, it's been treated unfairly,
You can say it again, neighbor.
I'm just going to say it again. I say Holness is being treated unfairly because them put a broken country in him lap and expect him to fix it in a 9 years. It can't happen. Because first thing that the administration had to do was to fix the economy. I want to them people, yeah, man. let me tell you this, sir. Let me tell you this. If you never start out to fix, you see people talk, economic development must be paired with social development. But to have social development, you have to have the money.
Thank you, neighbor.
Because social development includes education, or educating.
Take cash to care.
Yes, sir. And if you don't have the money, Horatio, then you don't have the hope.
Right.
So, for example, one of the things that people do not understand is that when your public sector is demotivated,
Yes.
your country is going to be backward, you know, sir. In order to motivate them, you have to raise their level of income.
Right.
If you don't do it, they're going to leave.
Yes,
They're going to leave the country.
but
You're
they
going to
might,
suffer.
but they might show and even now.
Yes, they're going to suffer a brain drain. You're going to suffer a brain drain. And so, listen to me. Jamaicans better just
neighbor, what you just said.
hold on, sir. Hold on there, sir. Because I think the people need to understand that if you don't fix the economy, sir, then you don't have any hope of rescuing the country. You cannot fix crime. You cannot fix health. You cannot fix education. You cannot fix road. You cannot pay people salaries. You can't buy no bus. You can't buy no garbage truck. You can't buy one damn thing. You have to fix the economy. You have to get the economy moving. And that is not something that you go up to Hero Circle and flip a switch. Flip a switch and do. It requires what is called fiscal management, sir, or fiscal policies aligned with your monetary policy. You have to manage inflation. You have to manage the debt. Yes, sir. When you have a debt to GDP of almost 130%, when you're going to talk about raising salaries and buying no bus, right? It is to the administration's credit, Horatio.
Yes.
That they have addressed the macro economy, stabilize it, even through COVID, to now be growing at 1.1%, and to be finding $43 billion to fix bad roads in Jamaica when we should have been pothole free from 2003.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Now we have potholes. Yes, sir. It is to the credit of the government, sir. That is not political. Those are facts.
On point, neighbor. On point. Neighbor, so I said this to say, neighbor. I want them to keep Damian Crawford on the front to lead the charge for the PNP. Because if you remember the last general election, this is also the same Damian Crawford who was leading the charge for Peter Phillips that caused the PNP a devastation at the night of election. I listened to an interview with Mr. Crawford. Just now, somebody sent me a video. And Mr. Crawford are suggesting that the teachers who go and study will, as long as they stay inside of the education system, they will guarantee them not to pay back the student loan. And neighbor say, who is gonna pay it back? Where all of these money is gonna come from? Who is gonna pay it back, neighbor? When you see the opposition leader on stage until they say you're gonna put a little tax and import duty, neighbor. Is it putting tax and import duty, inflation gonna go up because the cost of living is gonna go up, neighbor? These people are not well thought out in what they are saying, neighbor. What they are doing, they are just running around the country and just, as I hear a gentleman call on Cliff News program, so when you see the PNP, they are moving like the yang bikes. They're making a whole lot of, they make a whole heap of noise. And the people of Jamaica are just not connecting to them, neighbor. And they know this in a neighbor. Because when you look at the strategy that they have put out, neighbor, you see, they know that they are not connecting with the people. Each time Mr. Holness makes a step closer to the undecided voters, they come with the Integrity Commission. Something falls about the Integrity Commission to try to damn on what Mr. Holness have done. But as I said, neighbor, I am not worried. I am not worried. I am not scared. What I want Mr. Holness to do is just call election, because this country needs to get back on track. We need to get back focused and at the task ahead to carry this country where we truly belong, overhaul the 63 years, neighbor.
Yes,
So So I just want you to continue doing a program. Neighbor, and I have to say this, neighbor. You have a caller named Gaffman, neighbor. I have to say this, neighbor. I think that man is I think that man is a dangerous man in the neighbor. Yes, man, neighbor. That man is a real danger. I hope I'm hearing me, neighbor. That man is a dangerous man, neighbor. Because each time the first time I listened to him come on a program, he was almost buying his soul to offering you to telling you that if you preach the gospel of the PMP, you might get a foot inside of the media house. Neighbor, I have to tell you, neighbor, let nobody buy your soul to reach where you have to reach. Sit down, neighbor, be patient. Because
let me tell you, this program, you see, is grounded in the philosophy of the second commandment. The first is that you are to love God. The second is you are to love your neighbor as yourself. Comrades are my neighbors. And I think that they should be given respect. You don't have to agree with them, but you should be. You know, sir, the day we can't listen to opposing views, we should order our caskets and go on out of the world.
Which is true, neighbor. I listen to that.
Can I tell you this, sir? Can you tell you this? If I was thin-skinned, I'd come off this program.
I know that, neighbor.
The amount of criticisms that I've gotten, people have done all type of things, sir, and I just don't respond. We, sir, must be able to sit down, have opposing views, and share a drink. We are all brothers and sisters in God.
While I share the same sentiment as what you said, neighbor, but yes, I even listened to this gentleman named Gaffman. He said you don't have to vote, but each time he come up to your neighbor, he try to paint a picture of the government like it is.
Just be tolerant of other. Just be tolerant of other people.
Sir, I would like to. I wish. Are you a man of your word?
Wait, sir, please.
I know, I understand, but I can't wait because it's too pressing what you just said. So I'm sorry, but are you a man of your words? I want to repeat exactly the words that you just said. We are, as a comrade, because you're not, obviously you're a labor, right? But I'm just saying to you that you say comrades are your brother, and we should sit down and have a drink.
No. Hold on, sir. Hold on. Because you can't come say what you want to say and just shut me up.
No, I was repeating what you said.
No, man, you don't need to repeat.
See what I tell you, neighbor. You're like yang bikes, neighbor.
I'm not an infidel. You don't need to repeat my words. I know what I said.
Because I was going to respond off it. I don't want you to say that I'm not responding.
No, hold on, brother. Bully you want to bully up him.
No, man, I'm not doing that. No, I'm not doing that anymore.
Lower your voice. Sir, can you lower your voice?
Oh, okay. Maybe I'm holding the phone too close. All right.
Yeah. So they can shout at the people.
No, I'm not shouting. Maybe I'm holding it too close to my mouth. I'm sorry.
The neighbor, in wrapping up and coming off, neighbor, as I just said before, this is how the PMP reacted. I don't know if they give them an injection, if they go to a particular school. Neighbor, if you even realize, do you see that all of the PMP resemble each other, neighbor? They have a resemblance. As I see them, you know that they are.
I'm saying that. I want to respond to that.
Let's hold on, Horatio. Don't leave. Don't leave me yet. Stay with me. Go ahead, Mark. Go ahead.
He's talking. I go to a prominent school just as any labor right would go to an high school.
Mr. Sir, go ahead.
So, right, why is he trying to say that, trying to differentiate the people by different color or race or how they look or all of that?
No, Mark, you have an opportunity to speak to me.
Right,
sir.
okay. Well, I'm going to elaborate on what you said. What you just said a while ago, I'm trying to respond. If you say that the other party is like your brother and we should have a drink or whatever, sometime I sit down, why is it that the man that rule the Labour Party sit down, right, and watch his fellow people suffer on the street? And he have 28 and 30 at bank book. And he's of the other people suffering in the street. And he's living a lavish lifestyle. and people are suffering, and he come and presented things that is his duty to give us water, to provide roads, and do all those things, but he tried to do it with the intent of calling election same time, because we are gullible, we are naive, you know what I'm saying, and we can accept anything that you gave us, you know, because we're so stupid.
Neighbors, what I tell you, neighbor.
He went in the back and having drink and laughing of what he should have done 5-6 years ago. That's what I'm trying to ask you, sir. If we have your brother, aren't you supposed to treat your brother like your own? As what you just said?
You want me to respond, sir?
Yes, sir. That's why I stopped. That was not a rhetorical question.
No.
I expect an answer from you.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you, sir. You know a man by the name of PJ?
Sure.
Thank you.
But we're not comparing PJ now.
No, but what you mean? What you mean, sir?
Because we are speaking to the person that at the steering wheel right now. We are not comparing the past with the present.
Because let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question, sir.
Go ahead.
If you work for a bus company, and when you get the bus, the previous driver mash you up, them can blame you for mash up the bus. Now run good.
Can I answer that, sir?
Yes.
Sir, can I answer that? And I'm going to answer that because I know you're an intelligent guy. All right, I'm going to say this. If I work for a bus company, as you said, and someone else drive the bus, normally we have a sheet of paper that we walk around and inspect what we take over the bus with and make it announced to the supervisor or whosoever we in charge of the shift. That means he should tell people what Let me tell you
what Holness took over. You want to hear it?
He should have been said that from 9 years.
No, Sandy, I'm going to tell you. You want to hear it now?
You could speak. I know what. I know what. I know everything about that. But you could speak. You're not really telling me. You're telling the world.
Yes, I don't. You see, I would prefer. If you calm down a little bit, going on.
All right, I'm listening.
You're getting my heart pumping, and if my heart starts
no, you don't need to do that.
No, if my heart starts to pump, when the blood starts to pump in my heart, then information flows to my head.
Okay.
You have to calm down, buddy.
All right.
You know what, sir? I need something to drink. Just give me a second.
Drink something.
Just give me a second. Hold a drink there, brother. Hold a second. Give me a drink. I can't. This I need something strong.
You have high blood pressure? Huh?
No.
You seem like a decent Jacob. I mean, I don't really, but to be honest with you, the party is very dangerous and it's leading the people on a serious path, a dangerous path. And we need to change him, sir.
Okay.
We need a change.
All right. I'll tell you something. But I have to go.
Okay. I respect that.
Take care of yourself.
Same to you.
Neighbor, you know, say I want something.
Hold on. Let me calm down here. Let me calm down, because I kind of the blood start boil just now. I tell you. Calm down. You know how I know that this program is having some effect? Because of a caller like that. Now, I could use the next 15 minutes and tell Jamaica what Jamaica was like in 2016. But you know why I don't want to do it? Because there's a sense in which I don't want to come across as too political. I don't want to. I prefer the labor rights. I prefer the legal labor rights come up and do it themselves. Because you must. Let me tell you, let me teach you something. There's what you call an hypothesis. If you're going to win an argument, then if your hypothesis is flawed, you are going to come to a flawed conclusion. And you see the hypothesis here? It's flawed. Because you have to understand where the Jamaica was in 2016. That is the responsibility of the Labour Party. They need to engage Jamaica in the historical politics.
I think that is the next step, neighbor.
You have to do it. They must go print a book about where we were.
I think that is the next step, neighbor.
Show the images of the sufferation, the dilapidated hospitals, the rundown bus service, police cars breaking down on the roads. Yes, the empty shelves, the scandal bags that they were using in the hospitals as aprons, the broke down fire truck on the road. Right? When teachers were getting $80,000 a month, police stations, them looking through the roof.
Teachers couldn't find chalk to write on the chalkboard.
Yes, teachers had to be buying their own materials. What we are talking about, man? Interest rates, inflation, minimum wage. So when you come talking about people suffering, is that something that happened for the last 9 years? I just pointed out to you, yes, the whole matter of street wipers and how this mushroomed in the 90s. And I shared with my listeners the whole matter of existentialism, right? Because street wiping is a manifestation of human existence, where individuals are forced to make choices and to create their own meaning to life. It's a failure of the social contract theory, a failure of the People's National Party, a failure of the government. You know, Bill Clark once said that Jamaica was a failed state. That Jamaica was a failed state. And so in the face of adversity, people eke out a little existence. Why? Because government failed them. Their government failed them.
The people used to stay from the poll because the government failed him, neighbor.
Yes, sir. And the dignity. You rob people of their dignity, a dignified life that they're supposed to live. When they come into Kingston, seeking opportunities, they have to go buy 2 sheets of ply and go a Riverton dump, go look 2 sheets of zinc to build up a little hut
to live in.
Listen to me. Don't get me started on this Sunday afternoon.
Yes, neighbor.
Hold on, sir. And when you have your citizens defecating in scandal bags and flinging it down in the gully and putting it in the waters because they don't have no toilet, because when they build these little homes, they can't put up a bathroom, sir. It's a failure failure of government. And it raises questions about the responsibility of the state to ensure the well-being of its citizens.
But neighbor, do you realize when you was speaking to that gentleman just now, when you brought up the history of the PMP, the history of the past leader of the PMP, you notice what he said, neighbor, he don't want to hear anything about that. He's talking about the man and on the wheels now. And I said before, neighbor, the PMP don't like to hear about their past. If you want to get the PMP on the wrong side, just remind them about Mr. Patterson. And that show just now with this gentleman. And neighbor, I must take up each I tell you already and tell you again, each time I listen to you, I must take a page for him about neighbor. Because oh, you have handled this situation just now. I think I've learned something just now. Neighbor, because I tell myself I will not in any more debate back and forth with anybody who say they are a PMP neighbor. Because it is a waste of time and a waste of energy.
Our problems are more complex than we. Go ahead, Lester. Go ahead, sir.
Yes,
2 minutes to 5 o'clock.
Thanks for the opportunity, man. Really good program, you know.
I see.
Just want you to keep up the good job, you know. Continue to educate the populace. But the man that just came on there, Mark. That man is really prejudiced, man. You understand? How can you, as you said to him, if somebody mash up the bus and then you get it for drive, how can you blame the current driver? Right?
Well, you have to fix it, sir.
So that man is very biased. He need to spend more time listening and take note of what is being said instead of trying to.
You know what is cognitive dissonance, sir?
To an extent.
Well, yes. So it is where you deny facts, even though you see it, but you have to find some way to, you know, it is more than that, you know, it is what is called tribalism.
Yeah.
You know tribalism?
Yeah,
you know tribalism, sir? Eh?
Yeah, man.
Yes, and therefore your tribe has schooled you a particular way, to think a particular way, and they tell you do not accept the facts, even if the facts are being presented to you. You can't accept it. That is why, you know, sir, we find many people saying that murder is not done in Jamaica. It's cognitive dissonance. It's tribalism.
That is so. Right?
And one
but
thing with me, sir, I am not tribal, but that's why I want the Labour Party to defend themselves. I don't want to be defending the party. I'm not here to defend them, sir.
Yeah, they need to defend themselves because the work is there. It has been done. They must understand the result from the work that they put in. It's there for them to use and defend themselves, but they need to organize themselves in a way which, you know, they can educate the populace, because that is what is lacking, you know, education. Right?
Well, sir, remember, I think the Prime Minister got it well when he spoke about the mind game. But I don't know that the other people in the party are fair with exactly what that is about. It clearly, sir, there is an attempt to, the bite theorists.
Yeah, they are trying to sway to sway people by this mind game they're playing.
Emotional control, behavior control. Yes.
Yeah, man. But what happened, you know? What happened? When I
and
say
you look, hold on, you know a little bit about cultism.
Of course I do, sir.
Yes, sir. And the, you know that political parties can morph into being cultic.
Of course they do.
Yes, sir. And it is
what the PMP is currently doing.
Well, I don't know that they are called, but it is largely out of where the leadership of the organization is revered, and whatever them say are law, so their followers just follow blindly. No, how can you just follow blindly? You've lost your humanity. Yes?
That is so. But you know what
Yes, sir.
happened though?
It's
There's the voter turnout over the years has been very low because people have lost interest in politics and in governance and everything that has to do with politics. They have lost interest. So I see where now this current prime minister and the Jamaica Labour.
No, sir. It's not that they have lost interest. They have not lost interest. It is that the governments did not deliver to them. So it's a disappointment in the governments. It's disappointment in governments.
I do agree with you.
People are interested in politics. As you see now, that there is a great interest in the politics because of the performance of this administration. More people are beginning to pay attention to it. And I tell you this, sir, if we should continue on the same, I don't know, if we should continue on the same trajectory over the next 10 years or so, you may see vote in Jamaica up to 60%, maybe even 70%.
That's what I want to see. I want to see the majority of the people making a decision, because you see, when that 30% and 29% turnout for vote, it is not good for our country in the sense that it's like you can just choose somebody based on anything, because it's like you're in a class with 2% and somebody say, oh, my child come first. You understand? First out of how much? 2 or 3 people in the class. So we want a system where the people are educated based on what is happening, because what Honduras has done over 9 years is something to celebrate about and jump up and be joyful about, because the future of our children and of our nation is on track. The success that will come with this solid economic foundation that has been laid by this government, if it is been derailed at any point in time, it's like we're back to square one again. And that is what the Jamaican populace need to understand. We cannot give up on such gains as of political, these cultists, PMP, them want to come take over this country. You understand? So
yes, sir.
We need the people them to understand. The teachers, a lot of teachers are not interested in politics or in voting. A lot of nurses the same.
Not this time around.
A lot of them are not interested. So we want them realize, because they are still arguing about 1% and 2% and 0% in first year. They are still arguing about that, and they don't see the bigger that if the economy continue to perform at the rate that it is performing, and the Prime Minister said that the next leg is efficiency. If we get that efficiency in our economy, the salaries will have to move efficiency. So stop talking about 0% in first year now for teachers, and make us see where we get over the last 9 years and say, okay, it has moved from $80,000 to $180,000 as a beginning teacher at the diploma level. So that's gains. You understand? Because every time somebody used what is happening now to predict the future, like when I say what is happening now, it's like you can't get a raise today because you want it now, as the Prime Minister always said. But next year and the next 5 years, the raise that you will get will outweigh what you were looking for now.
I don't know why your line keeps breaking up, so.
Think about it. We are just living the next generation, and maybe we will not benefit from the gains where Jamaica gonna make now, but our children will benefit. Thing no fixing now.
Just hold on, please. Althea?
Fight fix. Look at Singapore.
Hold on, please, sir. Althea? Is Althea there? Althea, good afternoon. 6 minutes on the up of 5 o'clock. You're not going to the meeting, sir?
Neighbor, as I leave you, neighbor, just want to say again, neighbor, keep up the good work. And to the people who sit, I'm not talking to a Labour right now or a PMP, to the people who are sitting on the fence, wondering what to do whenever the Prime Minister see it fit to send the people of Jamaica to the poll. Before the Prime Minister do announce the date, I just want you to take a 1 or 2 hour from your time, and these are the undecided I'm appealing to do your research on Jamaica, where we are coming from and where we are now as a people and where we are now as a nation, and to not sit at home and allow people who think that Michael Manley died, left this country in the will of the PMP. So they build so they are taking charge to say they are that is the party that should be running the country. Maybe I was asking the undecided voters to do your research and do your analysis and look on the both leaders, look on the party, look on the policies, right? Look on the work that I've done, look where we are coming from. And please not stay at home when the Prime Minister feel fit to send us at the poll. And when you go there, I want you to use the pencil and do what Mr. Warmington said in Mr. Warmington's voice. Right beside that day. Have a good day, neighbor. And God bless you.
Go ahead, Winston.
Good afternoon, neighbor.
Good afternoon, sir.
You know, I just want to say something here. So the gentleman who came up earlier, I think his name was Mark.
No, don't respond to Mark, sir. Just say something else.
Okay.
Leave them alone. Go ahead, sir. Go ahead, Winston.
Somebody background is kind of noisy. Brian background is noisy, yeah. Okay, neighbor. All right. Let me say this, neighbor. Jamaica are coming from a very bad place. Very bad place. Jamaica was broke. Jamaica was unable to afford itself. Jamaica was in a place where he could not pay his workers that made the state function. Jamaica could not provide the services that it's responsible to provide for its citizens. Jamaica was a brought down, abandoned bus. And it is really dishonest when a Jamaican come here and behave in the manner that they do not know where Jamaica is coming from. When Bruce Golding became Prime Minister of the country, the reality, the full truth, come full circle with every Jamaican who have eyes to see and who have ears to hear. That's why we have to have the first debt exchange, because the government was in a place, not even his debtor he could have repaid. So the government have to renegotiate with them to collect a cheaper interest rate and at a longer time to get payment. That's where we are coming from. And
yes, sir.
I am not blaming this government to say that the government never provide enough information. Every Jamaican who have an interest at heart about Jamaica should have known that. But the PMP is only concerned about the management of Jamaica only when the JLP is in power. But when the PMP form the government of this country, everybody take their eyes off of the ball. Nobody concerned about accountability. Nobody concerned about transparency. Nobody concerned about the economy. The most important aspect of government is the economy. Without the there is no services the government can provide. The government can't afford even to employ anyone to offer that services. And that's what happened. The PNP drive the Jamaican economy to the ground. The UDC that was institutionalized by Edward Siaga, their responsibility is to develop and provide urbanization for the country, so we can have new industries coming on stream, new office spaces. Under the PNP, the UDC basically becomes dormant. The PNP never have any use for the UDC. And now, this government come back in power and reorganize, re-energize the UDC to start to create urban spaces. So investors who are confident in what the government is doing can rent these spaces. Investors who are overseas looking at our macroeconomic fundamentals and can say yes, listening to the multilaterals and can say yes, Jamaica is in a good place now that we can risk our capital. We see where we are on the brink now to become a logistic hub for the world. You understand me? And sometimes when some of us come on this here, I stay in the box and in the comment and text, I'm asking the question, where is your conscience? Where is really your interest? Is it Jamaica, or it is only about having the PNP in power? The fact of the matter is, the PNP is an absolute failure. Every time that the PNP formed government in this country, Jamaica suffered. And suffer greatly too. So the PNP now have no relevance in this world today. And if we were what the word I'm looking for? If we were a mature democracy, the PNP would have been banned from our political system because of what they have done to this country and the ability of the people. They should have been banned from out of the political arena.
Banned how?
Meaning banned? No one cannot walk around with the logo or the slogan of the People's National Party because they are a failure to Jamaica. You can imagine you inherit a country. 1972 was the leading developing country of the Western Hemisphere. And within 8 years, they destroy all of that.
But you would ban them?
Neighbor, it's just as how the United States was able to kill all the Communist Party in America and Latin America. That's what should have happened with the PNP.
I see.
What should have happened to the People's National Party because they are a failure to Jamaica and the Jamaican people. You understand me? So I don't know what they are coming here to defend. What are they coming here to defend? We could not fix our roads. We could not maintain our bridges. We could not pay our public sector worker. Look what this government have done. This government is refurbishing and rebuilding police station, state-of-the-art police station, smart police station. The government is equipping the police with motor vehicle and surveillance and all the different apparatus. This government buy helicopter, they buy marine boat, they buy go fast boat, right?
Yes. Did they make a big ball?
You know, neighbor, it is funny to know that when Jamaica helped host the Cricket World Cup some years ago.
Yes.
And we did not get the slot that we were hoping to get, which was the final. Bobby Petersgill came out and said he was so disappointed that they never get the green space because they were looking at political kick from the Cricket World Cup.
What happened to that big ball that they made, huh? Come to it.
It must be somewhere in France in some storeroom, and maybe the taxpayer of his country is still been paying money to store it. Because I remember that it never come to Jamaica, you know. It was stored in some storeroom in England because we don't have no facility here to store it.
Yes, sir.
You understand?
Anyway, I'm running out of time. 17 after 5 o'clock. Gonna have to run. You here?
Okay, neighbor. Thank you.
All right.
I always appreciate it.
Yeah. Brian Thomas, you have anything to say, sir?
Yes, sir. Good evening.
Brian?
Yes, sir. Good evening. Good evening.
Yeah, we're fine. Go ahead, sir.
This is my first time on your program.
Good afternoon.
Anyway.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, man. Always listen to your program. I'm just going to make a small comment. All right? When PNP want to reflect on history, they go to Michael Manley and talk about his policies. Yes? When they want to talk, when anybody brings up the current situation with the 18-year ruling under PJ Patterson, they don't want to talk about that. But they will go back to Michael Manley. But yet, the current and the longest serving Prime Minister in the government was PJ, and they won't speak of his history. So I always go back to Michael Manley. That's my little piece.
Well, thank you, sir. Thank you so much. All right, that's it for me today. That's it. That's it for me today, my listeners. Until tomorrow, Monday, tomorrow, I have to check out of this little place here. I know that you would want me to do some more time, but I'm tired. I'm tired. I'm tired. Thank you for spending a little time with me here this afternoon. Foresight, how you doing, sir? Until tomorrow, bye-bye. Have a little date, you know? Thank you for your... Thank you so much. Thank you. Let's do that. I told you that I wanted a 3-piece KFC and nobody didn't buy me, you know. How I going? All right. All right, Keisha, take care of yourself. Ryan? Hi, good afternoon, Bobby Socks. Thank you. Thank you for your roses. Thank you for everything. I'm going to watch this. Thank you. Bubble gum, Bobby Socks. Thank you. get a little piece of chicken now and eat, you know? And, have a drink and relax for the rest of the afternoon. Hey, Bubblegum, where you there, sir? Bobby Socks, thank you, sir. Alorin Alisa, hi. Top of the Sunday afternoon to you. Bye-bye. Kerry, are you listening? Kerry? Have a great night, Chance. Have a great night, Chance. Jamaica girl, thank you. Thank you for staying with me. Yeah? Under a little pressure, but we'll get through it. We'll get through it, Jamaica girl, yeah? Kalalu and Bami for your dinner, huh? Orain. Is Ryan? Is that your name? Come up here, Orain. Tell me your name. Come on and pronounce your name for me. Come on. Yeah, I need a 3-piece for my dinner. Jamaica girl, you can buy me a 3-piece? That's a $1,300, man. Come on, do that for your neighbor. Come on. Wait, my prosperity laborite friend, you know, no money, eh? We must go. Hello? 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 Hi, sir. How are you doing? Good afternoon.
Not too bad. My name is Orain Riney.
Orain Riney?
Riney.
I see. So you are
yes, R-H-Y-N-I-E.
Yes, and are you in Jamaica, sir?
Yes.
You're in Jamaica?
Yes, sir. I'm previously at Sanguinetti. Wallings. Yes, I'm in Jamaica.
Oh, wonderful. And it's your first time listening to this program?
Yes,
your first time.
But I'm listening to you all. Yes, it is my first time.
No, you're not being clear. Is your first time listening, or is your
I was
first
listening to you the next part. Very, very. First time listening, first time talking.
Oh, fantastic. Is your first time talking? You have not been able to talk all your life?
Yes.
Oh.
No, that's
you experienced
not that way. Like talking to you. Yeah, but you are a very good listener, and as you say, take side, you talk the truth, and that's what I love.
Yes, sir.
And any question you answer it briefly, and as I say, you give a listening here, and then you come with something positive and the truth, as you say, and that's what I like. Whether you're a PNP or you're a legal, right, it's no business. The truth. That's who I am. Just the truth. Nothing but the truth.
Yes, sir.
So I really love that.
Go where the truth takes you, and you'll help people. It is always going to result in sides, but that's it. That's it. I don't necessarily care if people say I'm a laborite. That's your business. I don't care. What you have to do is to tell me that what I'm saying is wrong.
Yeah, I'm in no business neither.
I couldn't care less if you want to tell me that I'm a labor. I don't wear laborite shirts, sir. I don't have one piece of thing in my house for laborite nor
yes.
I when I say to you that these good things are that's all right. And I
that's as I say, that's what I like.
I think I have a
it
duty.
Doesn't matter.
I think I have a duty to also reflect on history. Yes. And history may not be pleasant for some.
And that's it.
But it is also the truth. You know? It is a truth, sir.
Yeah.
That inflation in Jamaica
that's
was
what I
up
love.
70%. That's a fact. That's a fact.
Neighbor. I want notice you said you're a person who reflect on history. And I would like to say something. I hear some person predicting this election. And in their predictions, when they predict the outcome in St. Elizabeth, they're saying that the PNP is going to take one seat in St. Elizabeth, which is slowly seat. Now, neighbor, let's go back in history. Do they know the history of Southwest St. Elizabeth and the history of Southwest St. Elizabeth?
Tell us.
That seat have never been in opposition, neighbor. Christopherton was the candidate who went the closest of holding on to that seat, and he lost by 14 votes. So
yes, they call it the bellwether or weather vane.
Yes, so if they're predicting a win for Southwest, then they're telling me then history is going to be changed.
Well, there's a sense in which the fact is that no party has ever lost that seat.
No.
And one government.
Yes, exactly. Right. And that is what I am saying. I keep asking them.
Hold on. If the PNP wins Southwest and loses the election, it will be the first in our history.
Yes. Remember
though.
Probably
that it may not be a matter.
I look like face.
It may not be a matter of it could be just per chance, you know.
Lady Ambitious, I did not say slowly see the Southwest St. Elizabeth. I was saying in St. Elizabeth, they are predicting a loss for slowly, but a win for Franklin Witter and JC seat and Flight Green. So I am saying to them, neighbor, if Flight Green is going home, the Jamaica Labour Party is going home. When Dr. Tufton lost that seat, I'm from that seat, we're familiar with it. When he lost that seat, he worked like, and I wouldn't even say, but he worked so hard in that seat. And the PNP candidate didn't even know how he won the night. He was shocked how he won. That is the history of Southwest St. Elizabeth. When there's going to be a swing in the country, you will see it coming from Southwest St. Elizabeth. So it don't matter how hard the PNP work, if there's not a swing, then history is there to prove it that they won't win.
But Green is up by over 9 points there. I think 19.
Green, and this is what, neighbor, they're going back on the result of the local government election in Pigeon Plains Division, where we would have lost around 600 to 700 votes from previous election, Jeremy Palmer ran. They're going back, but neighbor, let me tell you this. That division, the people vote on personal issue. If them like the candidate, JLPNP, then go out there and vote. But no, when there is a big election, a government election, the people vote for the government. That is how people planes operate.
Yeah, but I'm telling you that the latest polls that I've seen shows Green winning that by over 19 points.
And I'm not even watching poll, neighbor. I'm telling you based on my experience and me being in the seat. I am telling you, when PNP in Southwest St. Elizabeth, I can tell you, all the nights you hear them up, I talk about this Miranda and whatever. Southwest St. Elizabeth, we are not used to that kind of candidacy in Southwest St. Elizabeth. That is not what attracts us in Southwest St. Elizabeth. We vote on issue and performance of the government, and Jamaica Holness is working hard for Southwest St. Elizabeth to vote otherwise. And that is the truth about Southwest. So I don't know how the PNP are saying they're going all over and said prediction of seats, but they're saying Fly Green is going home. Well, let us see. If history will change, where Fly will sit in parliament and the government change. Let's see. See, I got taught me one thing about the West. Wherever the West goes, the country goes. So we'll see.
All right, ma'am.
All right, neighbor.
Take care of yourself.
All right.
Lovely. You'll come back. Well, sometimes I'm pinned down, you know.
Good evening, my boss.
The listeners are. Hey, sir.
Yeah,
Hey,
been watching the program for a while now. The other night I was there watching. I heard someone making some prediction about the seat count, and so I am from the Kellis division, Northern Clarendon to be specific. The White Sibyls, my MP, and he's sounding like he's not sure about Northern Clarendon seat, but I am not on the ground right